Contestant number 5, Pulkit Gupta. Three beautiful words. Pulkit Gupta.
And it's a punch to the chin. The enemy looks shocked. Will he respond? And he does. It's a huge writer. What you just witnessed was a regular day of fighting between my brother and I when we were teenagers. Our fights were maybe not always this dramatic, but they were brutal. Raise your hand if you've ever fought with a close one. During those days, see my brother charge towards me week after week, day after day, made me came to this unfortunate conclusion that I am not loved. And in this ring of life, I felt awe, but lost. Gotta share. Friends, it wasn't always like this. When I was born, my brother was the happiest toddler in the entire world. He would hold on to me like I am his prized toy, allowing the ultimate luxury of touching me, only to my mother and sometimes my father. It won't be wrong to say I had Z plus grade security and would cry at the top of his lungs if he detected a security breach. Love couldn't be more pristine and cuddly than this. But then came the dreaded teenage years. Raise your hand if you've ever seen an egoistical teenager. Now imagine the worst among them. I would for sure be competing for top spots. I was so egoistic, even ego would try to disown me. When I was done with the meaningless fights with my brother, I needed to find new targets. In came my parents. My father became my new blood-sworn enemy. Raise your hand if you admire your dad. Now I can respect that emotion because I lived and breathed the nectar of admiration for my father, shielded away from the world deep inside my heart. What a walking style! What a charisma! How easily he talks with anyone and everyone. I was just so proud to be his son. But during those days, accepting this meant defeat, and that seemed worse than death. So much love, so much affection, something so much more beautiful could have come out of it. Years later, I would find out that my father is suffering from pancreatic cancer. 9 months later, from that point, on August 1st, 2018, I saw my father being wheeled into the ICU again. I saw him. He saw me. I could see the most beautiful eyes in the entire world gazing back at me. It was so filled with love, I couldn't hold my gaze any longer. I looked down when I just wanted to look up. I wanted to approach him, hug him, tell him I loved him, and that it would be all right. But instead, I walked away. I walked away because I naively thought, I am not loved. That was the last I saw my father alive. In the evening of 7th August 2018, my father breathed his very last. Life gave me a shocking revelation, a shocking punch that sometimes emotions are not always meant to be bottled up. It is also meant to be shared. But ego is a hard thing to wash off. Days later, the WWE was still on. This time, two young boys, having lost their biggest pillar of support in their entire lives, were determined not to hold anything back. We were fighting like bloodthirsty hounds. The entire building must be reverberating. My mother, who was already broke, couldn't have been more broken. In the midst of this mindless fighting, my brother stormed off the house. And I knew life, as I know it, is over. I was already making plans to go to the mountains and never see my family again. But then my WhatsApp dinged. With trembling hands, I saw the most beautiful message I'd ever read. It was from my brother. He just said three beautiful words. I love you. Just three beautiful words. I love you. In that moment, I knew I'm loved. Someone in this world loves me. Life would never be the same again. Ladies and gentlemen, today I dream, I speak. But all of this couldn't have been possible if my brother wouldn't have told me he loved me. Sometimes I still glow up and get in this ring of life, put my fighting spirit back up and my stance is on. But now, at the back of all the love and support I know I have, today it is to rule the world. Contest share.